Hello everyone, this is Vickie Verlie, the Rock and Roll Prophetess, and I'm coming at you today to talk about using light. Now I've talked a little bit before in the psychic protection video about how you could put light around yourself for protection and shielding, and many people probably are familiar with that. I'm going to give a couple of quick examples of ways that I've used light and I've had like miraculous results. Well, first of all, you can put it around yourself for shielding. And I always put it around my children and my house and everything when I went to bed at night. And I used to put light around my children all the time when they were young. So you can put it around yourself and you can put it around other people as well. And you can put it around your car. And this is something that I've done a lot. And there's one thing that happened that was several years back. It was pretty magical though. I was working at a psychic party. I was way out in the country somewhere. And it was like no street lights, it was dark and it was raining really bad, it was bad weather, and you're way out in the country, and the type of road that I was on, had the embankment where you could go down into a pit, if you one false move on this country road and you're down in the ditch on the side, no street lights. Well, I was driving along one night, coming back from a party pretty late, way out in the country, like on that kind of a road, and I got this really bad feeling, so I just started really pouring the light on. I mean, I was nervous a little because it was such bad weather and I couldn't see that well anyway because there was no street lights. But I started pouring the light on, protecting my car in the light. And I made it home fine, and I thought nothing more of it. Well, the next day, I get in my car, I'm pulling out of the driveway, I don't even get onto the street, and the tie rod snaps on my car. So that was so crazy. So the tie rod snapped, which was no big deal. I just pulled it back in the driveway and called a mechanic or whatever. But if that tie rod would have snapped the night before, when I was on that road, who knows what could have happened. I definitely, you lose control of the steering. If anybody, you don't know what a tie rod does for your car, it kind of holds the wheels on. So that was one crazy thing, and I didn't even think about it. It completely left my mind. I get in the car, snap, there goes the tie rod. And I do believe that tie rod was getting ready to go the prior night, but the light that I was putting around the car held it together or got me home safely. And then when the tie rod did snap in the driveway, no big deal. Nobody was hurt. I just put it back in drive and pulled right back up, and that was the end of it. As to putting light around people, I do it all the time now. I've done it a lot. But there was years ago, I was working in my family's bar, mornings, I had to be there in the morning. One of the worst things when you open up early in the morning, bartending, is if people come in that have been out drinking the whole night before. And they're wasted, they're out of their minds, and or not necessarily wasted, but they're just been, they're in a different zone than you completely, right? Now there was this one girl in particular, I'm going to use her real name because it was Mickey, she's passed away. But she was a wild girl, maybe kind of even mentally ill, I'm not even sure. But she used to talk to herself, and everybody, like she was kind of the laugh, people would the butt of her jokes, people would laugh at her. But she would get wasted, and didn't matter what time of day. So she'd come in and she would just be wasted and F you, mother effer, and blah, blah, blah. And she's talking to people that aren't even there, like almost like she's reliving these times when people were picking on her or whatever. And she was just a crazy lady. I mean, she would flash, she was always flashing, and so she was just a complete wild woman anyway, But, so I'm there by myself, I'm opening up the bar early in the morning, and she comes in, and she's been out all night, and she starts. It's just me and her. There's no way I can really avoid her. I can't just, converse with other people. My first thought was, oh no, I'm going to have to put up with her all day, oh no. And then I said, wait, let's try a different approach. I was starting to read about metaphysics and getting on this thing, and I just instinctively, so I sat at the other end of the bar, and I think I turned the TV on. I was like trying to watch the TV, and she's down there talking to herself, and oh, F you, mother effers, and la la la, with her stuff on and on. So I said, I'm just going to it wasn't even a conscious thing, I don't think, but I just decided, I was at one end of the bar, and she was completely at the other end of the bar, and I just put white light around her, and then pink light. I just sort of, I just put it around her in a funnel, and it came down. I didn't say a word. And the next thing I know, she stopped her yelling and everything, and she broke down and was crying. She laid her head on the bar, and she was just sobbing, crying, And it was crazy. So she felt that light. Something actually happened that day, and it affected her. And it also shows that when people are angry and maybe even a little mentally ill that you might see, it probably comes from a deep place of pain, because that light I feel was just like a healing energy, and it just broke down all her defenses, and she just laid on the bar sobbing. So then, she's passed on now, but years to come, when it changed her. She was changed. I know she was changed. She was affected. Obviously, she broke down sobbing on the bar. But secondly, after I saw her after that, for years to come, I would see her, and she would not pull that on me anymore. She would never try to pull this crazy act and screaming and yelling and that. When I was around, she just snapped out of it. There was like this respect or this truth. Something profound happened. That's what I can really say about it. Something definitely happened that was really profound. She felt it. I did it to her. I put the light on her. I'm not trying to work any, voodoo hoodoo on her. I'm just wishing her love and light, and it broke through all that barrier. So those are just a couple little quick instances of using the light. I mean, I use them for all sorts of things. And also, like, the moral of this story, I guess you could say, is instead of getting upset when somebody's, angry or loud and abrasive, maybe instead of reacting in anger and abrasiveness, you might want to just send them some light. Okay. So my rock and roll quote for today is from Led Zeppelin, Mr. Robert Plant. And it is from the song In the Light. And it is, and if you feel that you can't go on, and your will is sinking low, just believe and you can't go wrong. In the light, we will find the road. Okay, this is Vickie Verlie, the Rock and Roll Prophetess. Remember, you are love and beauty incarnate. Visit my site, Tapestry of Life Mandalas, to see the services that I offer, or my Orgon Energy Flow Etsy site. Thank you for watching. Thank you for donating, commenting, liking, and I'll talk to you soon.
What is Orgonite? Originally discovered in the 1930s by Wilhelm Reich, orgon energy, or etheric energy, is present in living things, including the human body. Reich proposed that illness occurs when our etheric body is out of balance, and that positive orgon energy could realign the etheric field, thus facilitating healing and balance of one's life force, chi or prana. It has since been scientifically proven that energy called piezoelectricity, meaning electricity resulting from pressure, is created by the compression of certain materials such as quartz crystals, wood, salt, sugar, ceramics, and bones. As the resin cures in an orgonite piece, it shrinks and compresses the organic matter contained within. The energy emitted creates a positive energy generator. You really can feel the energy coming forth from these pieces. Orgonite clears the air and neutralizes negative emotions as well as electronic clutter from our high-tech devices. Each orgonite piece is lovingly hand-created using intuitive pairing of materials to enhance and raise vibration and aid in ascension and a spiritual awakening. I use materials from nature, including the bark from a sacred willow for grounding, and gold flakes to emulate the golden light basking down from the higher dimensions. Visit my Etsy shop for a wide selection of handmade orgon pieces, especially designed for spiritual growth, including heart opening, chakra alignment and activation, and more. Visit www.orgonenergyflow.etsy.com to see more beautiful orgon pieces. And remember, you are love and beauty incarnate. What is orgonite? Originally discovered in the 1930s by Wilhelm Reich, orgone energy, or etheric energy, is present in living things including the human body. Reich proposed that illness occurs when our etheric body is out of balance, and that positive orgone energy could realign the etheric field, thus facilitating healing and balance of one's life force, chi or prana. It has since been scientifically proven that energy called piezoelectricity, meaning electricity resulting from pressure, is created by the compression of certain materials such as quartz crystals, wood, salt, sugar, ceramics, and bones. As the resin cures in an orgonite piece, it shrinks and compresses the organic matter contained within. The energy emitted creates a positive energy generator. You really can feel the energy coming forth from these pieces. Orgonite clears the air and neutralizes negative emotions as well as electronic clutter from our high-tech devices. Each orgonite piece is lovingly hand-created using intuitive pairing of materials to enhance and raise vibration and aid in ascension and a spiritual awakening. I use materials from nature, including the bark from a sacred willow for grounding, and gold flakes to emulate the golden light basking down from the higher dimensions. Visit my Etsy shop for a wide selection of handmade orgone pieces, especially designed for spiritual growth, including heart opening, chakra alignment and activation, and more. Visit www.orgoneenergyflow.etsy.com to see more beautiful orgone pieces. And remember, you are love and beauty incarnate.